Welcome to Collecting Chaos. My name is James, and this is part 2 of the Superman 57 project. It's a pretty easy one, pretty much finished on this video. So just a two-parter. I really didn't do a whole lot to it, so yeah. But I enjoyed it. It was fun. Fun for me anyway. There's one part of the video that might seem a little wonky. I had to the audio didn't come out very well, so I tried doing a dub. We'll see how it works. And yeah, I think it came okay, but yeah, we'll see. uh, you know what? Let's just go over there and watch what I did, and then I'll come back here afterwards. All right, it's nice and flat. By the way, this is a shadow from my camera. So that's not a dirty spot or an oil spot. That's a shadow from my camera. And if I put my hand up here, you can see what I'm talking about. So there you go. That's what that is. We're going to start doing a dry cleaning on this. I don't really want to do any kind of a wet clean on it. And I don't really want to disassemble it or anything. So we're just going to take this and start crumbling it up, getting it ready. And that's how we're going to do it. And I'll show you for a little bit, and then I'll continue on off camera until I think it's clean enough. Then I'll show you what the next step will be if we get that far today. This has been in my cold press for a week. In other words, since I made the last video of it, it's been in the cold press that whole time. I didn't have a reason to take it out. I wasn't ready to work on it. Well, I was, but I didn't have time. I was doing other things. Okay, I think that's enough to start with. Let me put one of my nitrile gloves on. I buy these by the case. And they're food quality, so that's nice. I can use them when I mix kimchi up and not get that red pepper all over my hands and then in my eyes and up my nose and everywhere else. All right. I'm going to take probably shouldn't do this, but I'm going to anyway. We're just going to start rubbing it in. I don't know if this will take all the pencil marks off of it, and I'm really not worried about whether it does or not. I just want to get the dirt off of it. Make it nice and bright. And I'm sure if I went ahead and disassembled it and washed it, I'd get a lot more dirt than what I'm going to get off this way. But, you know, I'm doing the, with this particular book, I want to use the less is better. And it's definitely got some dirt coming off. That's why I wear gloves. No, I don't think I need that. Yeah, we definitely want to do less is more on this one. I think it's going to turn out all right. And it is taking some of the pencil off as well, which is not a surprise since it is paper and it is an eraser. All right, I want to take that dirty stuff off of there. I love my little vacuum. All right, I'm going to go ahead and keep cleaning this a little bit. As you can see, it definitely has brightened up a little bit. It looks better. But I'm going to keep working on it. Look at that. Nasty. And I'll show you what it looks like once I'm done with the dry cleaning. But this is the only dry cleaning I'm going to do to it, I believe. Just so you know, when I do a fresh, I do change my gloves. So when I get ready to do a fresh round of dry cleaning with this powder, I do use my glove. I do change my gloves so that I'm not smearing dirt back onto it. I lost my audio on this, so I'm having to dub over it, and I don't know how well that's going to work because I've never done an audio dub. But I think this is clean enough, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and steam the spine on the inside and outside until it's damp or a little moist, as some people that we know would say. And then I'm going to go ahead and bring it back, and we're going to create a new spine. And we'll do that using my tack iron, and I'll show you how. So yeah, be right back. All right. I put one of my shelves down because I don't want to warp my cutting board or my cutting mat. And I have a piece of silicone release paper on the bottom. Now I'm going to take another piece of silicone release paper and put it right here, which you'll understand eventually. This is a 54-foot Life magazine size backing board. And we're going to fold the whole thing over. And of course, it's not going to fit just right. And I'm going to take another piece, if I have it, of silicone release paper. And I did get this steamed pretty good. Take my tack iron, and we're going to press it down Now, the reason I put that 54 millimeter or 54 point backboard in the center is to make sure that the staples don't pop. I'm going to turn it over. I want those staples on the spine. I'm going to take a little tiny bit of water. Because even though I steamed it, it dried real quick. Take a little water. Go right down the spine with it. And do the same thing again. Do one more time on the back side. Take my damp cotton round, put some water on there. All right. Now we're going to really flatten it. I'm going to do the same thing again, but this time we're going to make sure it's even. See, we still have a bit of a spine roll there. And the way I'm going to do that once more time, take some water. And this time we're going to even it up. And I want to make sure it stays even. So I'm going to put a chip clip on that end because that's the end that keeps coming loose. Fold this over. And I'm trying to avoid the staples. We'll let that sit for a little while, and then it's going to go into my queue to be hot pressed and then cold pressed for 48 hours. So this is pretty much done. The next time you see it will be on Wednesday night. And of course, I'm going to take a scan of it and send the guy that I bought it from to show him how it looks now, because I did mention that I was going to do that. There you go. I like it. This will be the next thing I press. This goes ahead of everything else. Because, well, aside from the fact that it's Superman, it's a current project I'm working on. So, yeah, let's go back to me. There you go. Cleaned. I love the way it turned out. It's currently in the press. Well, actually, it's out of the press and into the cold pressing part. 48 hours from now, that's sometime on Saturday or Sunday. it will come out of the cold press. So it will be available for me to show you on Wednesday night on my live stream. Of course, after I take it out of the cold press, I need to take a scan of it and send it to the guy that I bought it from. So he can go, oh, because he sold it to me at a reasonably cheap price. Yeah, it's worth a whole, I think I've got a lot of good sweat equity into it. And the best part about it is there's really no conservation work as far as if I were to send it in, it would get a blue label. It was not taken apart. It was not, no chemicals were used on it. The only thing I used on it, yeah, was the drafting powder or the drafting eraser. That was it. Didn't use anything else on it. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So, I guess next week we have a new project. I don't know what it's going to be, but I won't do with it what I did last week. I won't just show you, hey, look, here it is. In the meantime, have yourself a great weekend and maybe go do some fishing. I might. And take care, everybody. Have yourself, like I said, a great weekend. Bye.